Welcome back to the program. Let's go to line 2 to Labrador. Good morning, Jim Learning. You're on the air.
Morning, Patty. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking, sir. How are you?
Not too bad. Got a miserable flu I'm fighting with. That's not too bad.
That's awful. And as they say, it's going around.
And around and around. Yeah, it is. Your last gentleman there, I feel kind of sorry for him when he has the alternative. There's no alternative to your bad government situation, but there it is. Anyhow, I want to talk briefly. I can't say a lot or anything technical about the Muskrat Falls rate thing, but what I say is, on the ground, we here as people living in this part of the territory, Central, have really been blessed by the development of the upper Churchill, because it's given us really, really cheap power. Cheap power. We share that, of course, with the coast, because there's a subsidy which goes to them, which is I don't exactly know how to understand that, but we do subsidize the coast by paying giving back some of that cheapness to them. But
the subsidy that goes to the diesel-generated power, you mean?
That's right.
Okay, yeah.
Now, but the point in all of this is the Newfoundland government comes in here and pecks away at what bit of security we were able to secure with that. Because it was not the Newfoundland government that built that up there, of course. It was Joey Smallwood and his British cohorts. But end of the day, Quebec wound up owning it, and, well, who knows where it's going to go from there.
Right.
Any case, we know now the Newfoundland government has stuck its fingers deep into this, what was a fairly good situation, because that cheap power went over to Lab City and supplying the mining country. With that power block of 300 megawatts, sort of out there, I don't know where it's going to go or what's going on around it, but point is, we are being pecked at by having too much, too good, too long, and no force to defend it. Our cost of living in Labrador is expensive. Especially, get this, a lot of our stuff now go to the island and come back to us, as if it had to loop around out in the Atlantic somewhere and come home.
Products such as what?
Warehouses sell in small lots to their distributors. So add that now to add the extra cost of power hooked to your rates on the island, and we're doomed with regard to any kind of price break on anything. Our future industry, whatever was going to take up electricity, be it small business or big business, now have to look at triple, quadruple the prices that they would have charged and could have made in a marginal business in Central Labrador. Can't happen anymore because of this mindless crap that we're stuck in here.
Some of that is simply proposed. Like, we don't know what any business of any size will end up paying for power yet. You know, it's just...
Yes, like, Paddy, that's wrong. We will know. We will know that it's way far and above what we have going on here today. So we do know that it is pretty much a doomed scenario for us.
Like, for instance, had they continued with, say, the Alderon mine, no one is trying to tell me that they were going to pay some sort of new top dollar rate for electricity, right? You know, they were going to get a cut rate on electricity like every other big industry does in the province. Or am I missing the point?
Okay. I'm not going to give you a break on that one, because point is, that's all political crap.
Okay.
If there's any cheap power going to Alderon, we will have to subsidize it. That means the people.
We're going to have to subsidize it anyway, because the repayment of the Muskrat Falls loan is strictly on the back of the ratepayer. So no matter if we have 5 ratepayers or 50,000 ratepayers or 500,000 ratepayers, we're going to pay back every single dime. So whenever there's a break on electricity of 4 to 1, it just affects, obviously, an increase to the other crowd. And that goes for industry, residential, whether we do net metering, all of these things. It's the same loan repayment, regardless if we were making doodads on the river as opposed to damming it for hydro. That's just the nature of the loan. Like, it doesn't matter, no matter what, no matter who, business or otherwise, whoever uses this power, we're going to owe X per month. So whenever that X per month is divvied up based, whether it be a new big business, whether it be a mine or something else, gets a cut rate on the power, every single month, the ratepayers of this province are going to have to make a payment of X. So if we have cheap electricity pardon me, go ahead.
I shouldn't interrupt you, but this is not fair. You're saying we. I say we white man, hold on now. We were here perfectly happy with what we had going here.
Well, what does it have to do with white man? I mean, Jim, I never brought that into it. I'm just talking about someone who flicks on the lights.
That is an analogy between us and you. I can say green man if you want, but that's not the way it works. But in any case, that misery of Muskrat Falls was brought here from somewhere else. We didn't manufacture that crap, and we had no power to defend against us. Now we'll just watch our rates skyrocket. And the trees we depend on for heat, and I do too in this house, are being denuded by the quadrillion cubic meters out there by this company, and it will be chemicalized by it at the end of the day. Add to that, caribou habitat gone, prices gone through the roof.
Jim, do you think we should be paying...
Well, it is just a miserable, miserable, miserable situation.
Jim, should there be different rates of power based on your heritage and bloodline in Labrador compared to the islands?
I would go with that. I don't know what kind of an argument that would be at the end of the day, but it might be a good start in defending what we have and trying to hold back on something we had that was cheaper that we're going to lose.
Okay.
It's a long philosophical argument, and we're not going to have that this morning. Point is, these damn rates are going to be hooked to the island, and we're just going to get a hell of a beating from it.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how this new amended interconnection is actually going to play out for the rates. And it is a matter of concern. I brought it up on purpose because we should have a full and complete understanding of how this is going to be applied and the rates, whether it be difference in Labrador compared to the island and different pockets of the island and industry. I think it's all obviously a critical number because we're talking about dollars and cents. And for many people, dollars and cents they don't have. I appreciate your time this morning, Jim. Anything else quick, sir, before we run out of time?
No, that's it. Thanks.
Appreciate your time. Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye. Jim Lernan calling from Labrador.